Hello everyone, welcome to Lunch Break Live.
I'm your host, Lisa Carlin, and I am here with the amazing Dr. Angie Sadeghi. She is a board-certified gastroenterologist, and she is going to make some delicious things. What are you going to make, Angie?
Well, we're going to have a delicious salad. We're going to have a breakfast idea for you.
Let's talk about this salad.
Yeah, so this salad will contain it's very simple. You know, my deal is I don't have time to cook. I don't have time to stand in the kitchen for hours and hours and follow complicated recipes. So what I like to do is put things together, but one thing is for sure, health is number one on my list. So I don't care if something sounds or tastes absolutely delicious, but I'm gonna feel sick afterwards. So my number one goal is health, but I don't really wanna sacrifice on taste either. So I kinda wanna have it all. So this is a salad that contains organic kidney beans, cabbage, onions, green onions, corn, butternut squash, tomatoes, quinoa.
And what is the sauce made of? What's the dressing going to be made of?
This is awesome. This is so easy. You can just pick this up at the store. Tacopitu verde de mango. This is just salsa.
This is just a green salsa.
That's right. It's so simple. A lot of people sweat about the dressing and they're like, what dressing are you using? Because we don't want to use oil.
And how much oil is in that dressing?
Zero oil. Zero oil. So that is
and then you're going to add something else to give it the sort of tang. What are you adding for the tang?
Absolutely. So this is apple cider vinegar.
That's a great.
Okay, so
what a great dressing.
Good.
All right, and then let's put it together.
Let's do it. Okay, so I'm using this bowl here. I've already put about a cup of cabbage, and we're just gonna put everything together. So here's a cup of red kidney beans.
Okay, so pour it so I can see it.
You know, red kidney beans.
Pour it so it falls towards me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Red kidney beans are beautiful and very nutritious because
what's important about the kidney beans?
Well, they're loaded with fiber, Lisa. They've got a lot of fiber, but also a lot of protein for those of you who are proteinaholics out there. This is butternut squash, so I'm gonna pour it so you can see right here on this side, right here. Isn't that beautiful?
And how did you prepare that?
So Lisa, when something
raw?
has red, what does that mean? It's got what?
It's got lycopene.
Carotene.
Beta carotene.
Converts to vitamin A in your body. These tomatoes are full of antioxidants.
I thought that's what you were talking about with the lycopene. Yes,
They're
carotenoids
really
are on the squash.
So watch us create the colors of the rainbow here, right? That's how you know you're getting antioxidants, right?
I tell people to have a colorful plate, but tell us, why is it important that your plate is colorful?
Well, first of all, when you have a colorful plate, that means you're creating a plate full of different types of macronutrients. In our society, unfortunately, we focus on the wrong thing. We focus mostly on macronutrients, and we focus on protein.
And what are macronutrients?
Protein is so plentiful in everything.
What are macronutrients?
Macronutrients include water, protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Okay. But you know, there's a world of nutrients out there that are not those four named, including vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. So if you want to be a better athlete, what do you need? More antioxidants to improve your recovery time so you can train harder and faster, to stay healthy, to fight infections, to fight cancer, right? We all want that. Here's some corn. I'm going to add the corn here. Look at that, all these colors. Isn't that beautiful, Lisa?
They're beautiful.
By the way, this is day 5 of the Kickstarter
And tell us about that.
Yeah, so PCRM has come up with a 21-day Kickstarter. So if you or your family has always dreamed of going vegan and you just didn't know when to start or where to start, here's your chance, here's your opportunity. Download the app. It's the 21-day Vegan Kickstarter app. It's by PCRM. You can trust them because they're amazing. I trust them with all my heart. If I'm doing day 5, it's all whole food plant-based, no oil, and I know that all of the other days are the same. So now you understand what whole food plant-based is. This is not vegan, this is whole food plant-based, which means 0 animal products, 0 sugar, oil, or salt. So Kickstarter is really important. It's going to help you. It's going to be a vehicle into starting you with a fresh, healthy new year. How's that?
That's great. Okay,
all
you can
right,
put the rest of the cabbage in there too.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay,
we were just running out of room before.
Cabbage.
Yeah, so here's the rest of the cabbage.
cabbage.
Okay, so you want to pour it towards me when you pour the next things in. Yeah.
So we got that.
And what else do you have?
We've got quinoa.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna pour the quinoa in this space. I
Okay.
love quinoa. Quinoa has a lot of protein and fiber, and all kinds of nutrients, vitamin B. And so I'm just gonna put it right here on this side. I'm a quinoa-holic.
And you know what? The other thing that's interesting about quinoa is it actually has all the amino acids. It has all the essential amino acids.
That's right. Isn't that amazing? Like, a lot of people think that they have to eat animal protein to get protein because they think that a lot of plant-based foods don't have all the essential amino acids. And in fact, quinoa and soy are two examples where you get all the essential amino acids in.
And what if you're not eating quinoa and soy? How do you deal with the amino acids that you don't have?
That's a good question. If you're not eating either quinoa or soy, you can put together all different types of plants and it'll all come together.
So it really isn't necessary. That's old school. You can mix rice and beans, but that's really old school nutrition. Physicians Committee says eat a colorful diet and eat from the power plate. And the PCR and power plate is fruits and vegetables, legumes and grains. What do you have here?
Onions. You know what? We run out of space, so I'll put it on this side.
Just create a space.
I'm going to push the quinoa to the side a little bit.
Yeah, you can create a space.
Right there.
It's all going to get mixed together anyway.
Yes. Okay, this is looking really good, Lisa.
Looking
right.
great.
What do we have left here? Okay.
So I think that's it. No, that's for something else. That was to
the
prop up the photo.
So that's it. This is.
That's
so
it. We
simple.
have the dressing.
Now do you want some oregano on there?
I think that's good.
Okay. Here's some oregano. I'm just gonna splash it on top.
And you could use fresh, but there wasn't fresh available, so you can add and season with herbs and spices, which I think is a great thing to do. Did you see us add salt to this?
No salt.
No, we could add a little pepper if you want.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that when they eat a salad, if they put a whole bunch of oil, it kind of defeats the purpose of a low-calorie salad, which would help you. A lot of people are looking to lose weight, right? To decrease their body fat mass. Not really body weight, but body fat mass. And what you need to do is decrease your calories and eat healthy, right? When you add a whole bunch of oil, which is refined food, which is basically has zero nutritional value and it's unhealthy, what you're doing, you're increasing the calories. And even little minimal amounts of oil increase the calories of the salad tremendously. So you want to avoid oil. And eating oil, unfortunately, increases the bile acids in your gut because your gallbladder gets.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So
why is that important, especially as a gastroenterologist?
Right. So studies have shown there are animal studies that have proven that when you you eat a high-fat diet, it increases the bile acid production because the gallbladder gets a signal that this person just consumed a whole bunch of fat. So it increases the stimulation of the gallbladder bile acid flow into the gut from the liver and the gallbladder. And so what you're going to get is all these bile acids that have proven to cause the destruction of the tight junctions in the gut and cause the so-called leaky gut or gut permeability. I'm just going to pour this salsa all over.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is our dressing here. It's beautiful, it's colorful, it's tasty, it has zero oil, as Lisa mentioned.
And you can toss it. Do you have something to toss it with?
Yes,
salad toss?
I do. I will be right back.
Okay.
I'm just going to get something to toss.
And then in the meantime, we're going to talk about breakfast. So we made the oatmeal, and what we used today was we used the quick cooking steel cut oats. And we cooked that in 8 minutes on the stove. We didn't prepare it for you because we have other things to prepare. So we figured everybody knows how to make oatmeal. And this is just garnished with frozen blueberries because blueberries aren't in season now. So these are frozen blueberries, and this is a sliced banana. And tell us about what the benefit of having oatmeal with blueberries is in the morning for breakfast.
You know, oatmeal is, again, full of fiber. And it has basically, it regulates your blood sugar. It gives you a lot of fiber. A lot of people are constipated, Lisa. About over 20% of the population is constipated, and they get these hemorrhoids and they get these fissures, which is a tear in the anus from straining and pushing so hard. Your bowel movements should look like a sausage, okay? A vegan sausage, if you will, or a banana. And when they're cracked and hard and pebble-like, like rabbit pellets, your body has a hard time evacuating that. So you have to sit on the toilet and squeeze a lot, and that causes a tear called a fissure. good luck if you get that. It takes months to heal and it's not easy, and sometimes it requires surgery. Hemorrhoids, the same thing. So try to eat healthy and tons of fiber. I always say if it doesn't have fiber, it doesn't belong in your body. So
and what about oil? Does oil have fiber?
Oil has zero fiber. Why? Because it's a refined food, kind of like sugar. You take sugar cane and you refine it into white sugar powder. That fiber is stripped away. If you take olives are great for you. They're full of fiber. But if you strip away the fiber, it changes the hormonal regulation when it gets into your body. It's not the same as olives anymore. It's a refined food and it has no fiber. So the hormonal regulation of eating olives and oil is totally different. Totally different. Absolutely.
And what about juice?
Same thing. Juice is the same thing. I recommend eating fruits, not drinking juice. It's really hard to eat like 20 apples, but if you juice it, you're getting rid of all the fiber and you're getting basically sort of like sugar water. So I recommend eating your fruits. I don't recommend juicing. I do, however, like blending. So if you're gonna drink juice, substitute with smoothies where you're not getting rid of the most important nutrient in there, which is the fiber. Okay. So
yes to smoothies and no to juicing.
Yes, for the most part, in my opinion.
I think that's great. That's great. Okay, so we have, let's go over here with the little snack that we have. Let's talk about this.
Do you want me to toss this first or just later?
Yeah, we'll come back.
Okay. Here's an awesome snack. Almond milk yogurt, okay?
And it's plain.
So why don't you want to eat regular milk, you guys? This is very important. Dairy, which comes from cows, and this could be goat milk, camel milk, I don't know, dog milk, whatever. It came from, it's not meant for human consumption, right? So cow's milk, which is the most popular milk drank in this country, is full of lactose, the sugar lactose, which is very poorly digested in our intestines. So it causes constipation. Most people don't know that. They think of diarrhea and bloating, but they don't think of constipation. It causes constipation, uncomfortable gas, abdominal distension and bloating, and diarrhea, and all kinds of problems. A lot of people who come to me for IBS, I realize they're eating dairy, and when they stop eating the dairy, lo and behold, their IBS goes away. So they never had IBS.
And they think you're an incredible doctor, and all you did was...
so smart, I just know a little nutrition, that's all.
And you have a son. Do you feed your son milk?
I do not. I think that it's really tragic that we consume so much dairy in this country. Oh, besides the lactose sugar, there are two proteins in dairy, which include whey and casein, both of which are very allergy causing, and about 65 million of the population in the US, something like that, I can't remember the exact number, but there are thousands and thousands of people in the United States who suffer from dairy allergy, and they don't know it, right? Because I was one of them, by the way. I suffered from debilitating, very itchy, ugly, pustular eczema all over my body, and I itched all night and all day, every day, and none of my dermatologist friends or doctors ever said, hey, you may want to try stopping dairy, which is probably one of the most allergens, one of the largest causes of allergens in this country. But it's sold as health food, and it's not health food, and I think it should be illegal to sell it without a warning.
Actually, I saw $1 million vegan campaign that's on your Instagram, Angie.Sadeghi, Sadeghi, and tell us about that $1 million vegan campaign. You said it should be illegal.
It should be illegal, and I stand by that, Lisa. A lot of people, it was controversial because a lot of people said, why should we make it illegal? Well, first of all, at least put a warning sign and tell us that it's not health food, it's bad food. Sell it as junk food, but besides the deleterious health problems that dairy causes, Lisa, one should consider the inhumane way that dairy is produced, right? So if you put together how many thousands of people are dying and getting sick from eating dairy and consuming dairy, not knowing what they're doing to themselves, and the environmental problems that is causing, and most of all, the absolute inhumane a problem that's associated with consuming dairy, you put all these three things together, and I would bet you 100% if you present the data to any reasonable person, they would say that it should be illegal. And I honestly don't think anyone, anywhere, any restaurant, any grocery store should actually serve dairy. And I foresee a future in 10 to 20 years where dairy is not going to be served anywhere, and it would only be smuggled in the country. It would be illegal.
All right, so tell tell me, how did you do this little parfait?
So this is so easy. You just put the almond milk in there, and you put blueberries, and you can use frozen blueberries. As you know, fruits are perishable, right? They don't have all these preservatives to keep them fresh and alive for a very long time. So freeze your berries, and it's so easy. They don't go bad, and it's cheaper to buy frozen berries. So go to Costco or something, or whatever grocery store, and
Costco has a great deal. It's less than $10. I think it's nine something for 3 pounds. And right now berries aren't in season here, and I don't know that we should be spending money on transportation to get them from South America. So use the frozen ones.
Yeah.
All right, let's stir. Let's put this together and show what this wonderful salad. Let's recap. What do we have going on here?
So we've got quinoa, cabbage, butternut squash.
I'm going to walk around to the other side to get a better angle.
We've got corn, and we've got dressing that is actually salsa dressing, 0 oil. Look at the colors of the rainbow. I always say, and kidney beans, red kidney beans in here.
Right.
If you don't like kidney beans, red kidney beans, use whatever beans you like. It's totally, you can substitute whatever you like. Here we go.
Paige Parsons Roche says frozen berries are packed full of nutrients. Is that true?
That is true.
Do you lose anything freezing them?
You know, I don't think you lose anything at all. And sometimes if you eat, I don't know exactly with fruits, but with vegetables, it's actually pretty beneficial for people who have gas and bloating. If you eat frozen vegetables, it kind of, the ice breaks the cellulose, so it's better tolerated. With fruits, you don't have to worry about that. And of course, you don't lose any of the nutrients, so it's a win-win. And it's not perishable, so it's a win-win in my opinion.
Okay, let's go over. Do we have another? Let's go over and do our next dish.
Yes.
So we're going to plate this out before we serve it, but let's go over and do this next dish. And what are you making here?
So over here we've got pita bread. What are we going to call this dish?
This is it's like a pita pizza, but there's no cheese. And it's whole wheat. So you're going to start off. We start off by spreading red pepper hummus.
You know, I'm going to grab it.
Which is kind of, the red pepper hummus almost acts like a cheese. So I've gone into I've made pizzas at home and topped the pizza with hummus instead of cheese. And when you bake it, it actually does taste kind of cheesy.
Doesn't it?
So this is all we're going to cook it, but we're starting with the roasted red pepper. Hummus, and you're going to spread that almost to the edge.
This is such a good idea. Actually, this is my first time using hummus as cheese. It's so yummy and tasty. I mean, I love hummus. That's one of my favorite things. One of the best snacks in the world, in my opinion, is celery or carrot sticks dipped in hummus during the day, and it makes me feel so good, and it feels like fresh. It feels so clean to eat that way. Yeah,
it's really delicious. And one of the things I do is I use sweet bell peppers and cucumbers, and I instead of eating a whole lot of processed crackers, because if they're whole grain, but it's better to have the whole vegetable. So if you use cucumbers or roasted red peppers as a way to hold it, then you can dip it into the hummus and then just eat to your heart's content, and don't worry about, oh my God, I finished the whole thing. You get to do that. All right, that looks great.
Thank you.
And then I think you have some basil.
Let me just put some basil on this.
Over on the right. That's arugula. Let's go over on the right. So just tear that up. This is fresh basil. And just gonna.
What's your favorite herb?
My favorite herb is actually basil.
Mine too. I know. See, sometimes it's funny. You wonder why some people are good friends with you, and you find out these little secrets about them. And Lisa is one of my best friends in the world. I love her so much. Seriously, I'm not just saying that because you're here, but Lisa, you have one of the biggest hearts ever, and you've done so much for the animals, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, I just found out your favorite herb is basil.
My favorite herb is, and my favorite. What's your favorite spice?
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper. So you're a little hotter than I am. My favorite. I like the peppers, but I think I go for the chipotle would be mine. And then I love the herbs. The other herbs I love are rosemary and thyme.
Yum. Oh, are we going to use that in here?
We've got some thyme coming.
This looks so good.
Okay, that's good. And
you
then
know what, this would be good for a dinner party, right?
It would be.
Okay, what's
all right,
next?
and now what you would take the roasted red peppers that are in a little white dish, and then you're going to kind of cut them so that.
Okay, I'm
just
gonna use a plate to cut those.
We can just move it over and do it right here. Actually, there we go.
I'll use
All right, and then just put a few strips.
These are so colorful.
And these are these. It's the roasted red peppers in water. And you want to be careful when you get roasted red peppers. You don't want to get the roasted red peppers in oil. So these are the roasted red peppers in water. And Angie's just going to make some little strips. And then we're going to bake it for a few minutes in the oven.
Well, this is such a quick, these are quick recipes, right? It doesn't
And I think
require
kids
that
will
you
like
be a
it. You think
master
Bijan
chef.
will like it too?
Oh, Bijan would love this, absolutely. And especially this one he'd love.
All right. And then we can add,
Okay.
now there's a tomato over here.
Yes.
Put a little fresh tomato on here. These are the Roma tomatoes that I got. They're a little meatier. You can lay that out. There's some sun-dried tomatoes also here. Lots of tomatoes, lots of lycopene. So Angie, tell us a little bit about your vegan story. How
Yeah.
long have you? When did you decide to do this? Because you didn't grow up. You were how old were you when you came to this country?
I came to this country when I was as a freshman in high school, so I was about 14. And, unfortunately, I grew up in a country where eating meat is the mainstay of people's diet. One time I saw that a sheep was sacrificed right in front of me on the street, and I saw blood pouring all over. And as a child, that was traumatic, but I still didn't really think about going vegan at the time because I didn't know what I just didn't feel
You didn't know
right
what it
about
was.
it. I didn't think that was right. But anyway, time went on, and I just basically I was in residency at USC at the LA County Hospital, and I was sitting down with a friend of mine who was vegetarian, and she was telling me that she doesn't eat meat, and I'm thinking, oh, I didn't know that's compatible with life. How cool is that? You're cool. Why don't you eat meat? And she said, because I love animals. And when she said I love animals, I thought, what do you mean? I love animals too, and I wouldn't eat my dog. Why would I eat? I felt like I made the connection right then and there. And I stopped eating meat. And then about 6 years ago, I realized how cruel dairy is, and I realized how bad it is for you, and I stopped eating that, and I got so much healthier. What's next, Lisa?
The thyme and the black pepper.
Okay, the thyme. I
Now
can't
be careful.
talk
You
and
put
cook
it in
at
your
the
hand.
same
Put it in your
time.
hand. Put it in your hand.
Do it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in your hand, and then you're going to take it because otherwise you
Is
can't
that
control
good?
it coming out. Then just pinch it and yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the Hollywood pinch. Ready?
Yes.
That makes it look so pretty. Okay.
And a little black
perfect.
pepper, and then it goes in the oven.
Here's some black pepper.
Have to take the top off. Is the top off? Yeah, it is. There we go. And you can season this any way you like. This is just an example of how you can do using whole wheat pita bread, how you can make a nice pizza that's whole food plant-based and doesn't have any cheese.
We're gonna put this in the oven.
You have the cookie sheet over there.
Yeah. So we have the cookie sheet here already prepared.
Yes.
There you go. Boom.
There we go. All right.
What's your favorite fruit?
Raspberries.
Ooh. Mine used to be raspberries, and now it's bananas.
That's bananas. I like bananas. Bananas and mangoes
no,
are delicious.
I like dates. Dates are my
Oh, I
favorite.
know. You tell me you eat dates at Laya.
Yes.
And dates are probably your favorite sweetener too.
Yeah, they are actually. Oh, what do we do with this?
Oh, do we put the red? We forgot to put it on.
Oh, let's do that.
All right.
I can still touch it because it's not.
All right. We missed the sun-dried tomatoes.
How could you miss that? That's like the best part.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So yummy.
And I like this. This is a Trader Joe's brand. I like this brand because it's not super, super dry. It's got a little moisture in it.
In my dreams, when I retire, I'm just gonna hang out in Whole Foods and Trader Joe's all day.
And come back and cook.
I come back and cook.
That's great.
Actually, I'll just hire a vegan chef.
Oh, that's
I
wonderful.
said in my dreams, right? So I can dream anything.
Well, when you don't have to, spend so many, 60 hours a week at work or more, then maybe
Exactly.
you'll actually enjoy cooking. Because cooking is therapeutic. I love cooking.
Therapeutic. I love that. And maybe I'll start gardening too, because I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, let's
we
do that.
should start growing our own food, right?
We should.
Are we missing anything?
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're going to plate this out and do a taste test.
All right.
So I think you have a plate over there.
Should we use this bowl?
Yeah, let's use that. And then
So-
if it's not wet enough, then we can always add a little more of the salsa.
So, diet, Lisa. Do you think that people who eat a truly a whole food plant-based diet, should they portion control their food?
I don't think you need to, because I think what happens, Dr. Neil Barnard says that there is no portion control with this plan here, because
Precisely.
if you're consuming all the fiber, notice there's a ton of fiber in all this food.
Absolutely.
Because
should you count your calories?
absolutely not. You're going to fill
Right.
up. You're going to fill up before you can overeat.
Absolutely. You do not need to count your calories. You do not need to portion control when you're eating a whole food plant-based diet. But here's what people do. Here's the mistake. They eat 50% whole food plant-based, 50% vegan, and they complain they're not losing weight. Okay, if you're going to eat vegan, by all
And you're
means,
saying vegan meaning just garden variety,
No,
non-whole food
vegan
plant-based.
is also is a humane way to eat, and sometimes I eat vegan, but it has oil and sugar, right? And those are high in calorie. So you could eat donuts all day, and that's vegan, right? So there is a difference. Plant-based, whole food plant-based is the healthy version of the vegan diet. And if you're eating truly whole food plant-based and you're not cheating, you do not need to count your calories. You do not need to portion control. Only count your calories if you're eating vegan junk food.
So you're talking about the processed, like the processed
Exactly.
faux meats.
Exactly.
Now, do you eat the processed faux meats?
Yeah, very rarely. I will once in a while. Like, I would say if I were to give it a percentage, 90% of everything I eat is whole food plant-based. But when I go to certain areas of the world where they don't understand not using oil and things, I would go to a restaurant and have fried tofu. So it's not 100% whole food plant-based, but I'm very close to it. 90% of the time I eat whole food plant-based. And then occasionally I'll cheat, but I also know how, like, in my mind, I'm very conscious of if I eat a lot of oil and sugar, I know to portion control it or work out harder or do something to not gain weight.
So that's really, so just to clarify for our audience, everything that Angie eats is vegan, but
Yes.
she's separating the whole food plant-based vegan from the garden variety processed food vegan.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm vegan for the animals, for health, and for the planet. So I'm very passionate about that. And I'd rather starve than eat animal products. However, I want to make a distinction that a whole food plant-based diet is the healthier version. So I went vegan for the animals initially, but as I got older in my 40s and I saw all these chronic diseases in my patients, I realized that it's
40s? You're in your 40s? Wait a second.
Oh, I'm in 26. Oh, simple mistake. Sorry. But yeah, as you know, I saw that 99% of patients I see in the hospital dying and suffering, and they've been sick for the last two decades of their lives, and they've like lived in the hospital. I realized, well, I have to take care of myself. I don't want to end up like that. I want to have a good quality of life all the way to the end of 105 or 110, however long I live. And I realized I have to take care of myself. So it's not just helping the animals. I have to stay strong and healthy to be there for my son, for my family, and to help the animals. So I realized that it's not just being vegan that's important to me, it's also being healthy that's important to me.
Right. And you know, I want to point something out that Angie, Dr. Angie Sadeghi, is a board certified internal medicine doctor, and then she went on and did a fellowship in gastroenterology. You're also a board certified gastroenterologist, which is what you practice. But what's unusual about you and your practice is you practice preventive medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about what you do? And you
Yeah.
incorporate Eastern and Western therapies as well.
Absolutely. You know, Lisa, let's use an analogy here. If you have a car and you don't do the oil changes and you wait till the engine is burnt out, how successful is that? How smart is that? It's the same thing with your body. You don't want to wait till all your coronaries are clogged and to have a heart attack, which is the #1 killer in the United States in both men and women. You don't want to eat processed meat and low fiber diets and get colon cancer and then get chemotherapy to intervene. I use medicines all the time. I use I practice evidence-based medicine. But one thing I have realized is that although we do a very good job at the last minute rushing in and pulling out all the big guns, the chemo drugs, the surgeries, all of that stuff, what we're not doing a good job in is preventing people from getting to that stage. So that's where my focus is. So if someone comes in with cancer, I'm not going to be like, oh, let's not use any medicines. If someone comes in with colitis, I'm going to give them medicines, but my purpose in life is to prevent people from ever needing those
getting to that point.
medications, which are harmful, which can cause cancer, which can cause problems. So take care of your body. You only have one body. And even though modern medicine has been able to extend life, unfortunately it's extending a poor quality of life. It's not really giving you a good, healthy number of years at the end of your life. So take care of your body.
That's right. That's right. Now, we got a question. We have one woman, Debbie says, don't we need some oil though?
No.
Do we need oil to keep our joints mobile?
No, you do not.
Not unless you're the Tin Man.
What makes joints immobile is inflammation. Inflammation is created in your body by eating bad foods and sometimes genetics. However, most of the times, people who get autoimmune diseases, there's a theory that it all starts in the gut, and by eating the bad foods, you get inflammation, and you get systemic inflammation that is in your blood circulating all over the place, including your joints. And when you get inflammation in there, what you get is all the white cells are attacking your joints and eat up the cartilage in there, and then you get stiffness, and then you get problems. And that's why a lot of the rheumatologists in this country are now, some of the plant-based rheumatologists are reversing disease with a whole food plant-based diet.
That's
My
wonderful.
friend Dr. Micah Yu, actually, he is recommending all his patients to go plant-based because he reversed his autoimmune disease, arthritis in particular, and it motivated him to become a rheumatologist to help people with arthritis.
Yes.
I have had patients who would go plant-based and they get rid of their joint pains and they can walk. I mean, it's incredible.
Okay. So, but we don't need any oil.
You do not
there's
need
no
oil.
There's no nutritional requirement for some oil.
Not only do you not need oil, it's actually bad for you. So you will cause more inflammation. Like I said, it increases the bile acid production in your gut and it causes the leaky gut that I was talking
about.
about.
What about avocados, nuts, and seeds?
Right. Whole fats are really good for you. So whole avocados, olive oil, nuts and seeds are essential because you need...
Olives, you mean?
What's that?
You said olive oil. You mean olives.
Olives. I'm sorry, olives. There's a difference between olives and olive oil. Okay, olive oil is refined and the fiber is stripped away. Whole olives are different. So those fats are really good for you because in your body they're converted to this essential fatty acid called the omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for your gut lining as well as for your brain, and you have to have omega-3 fatty acids.
And what's the best source?
I would say all the fats are good. I mean, you may want to also comment on that, but for me, avocados are big in my diet. Nuts and seeds, sunflower seeds are something I consume regularly. And is flax seeds?
Yeah, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and if someone's really concerned, they can take an omega-3 supplement. We don't necessarily think it's necessary. Physicians Committee just says B12 is something that's essential. We should be supplementing with B12 and checking our level periodically.
Yes.
But there really is no other supplement. Vitamin D, you need to get sun. If your level's low, then you need to replace it. But that's it.
That's it. And omega-3 fatty acids, a lot of people think that it's essential, but you don't have to take it as a supplement.
Let's see how this is doing.
Let's see how this is doing.
Oh, looks perfect. Oh my gosh, a little brown on the top. Yeah.
Let me grab some.
Looks great.
Okay, I got this
Okay.
here.
So, look at that. Fabulous. Okay, let's put this down. And how about the taste test?
Ooh, who's going to do that?
So, would Bijan like to do that?
Would you like to do it?
Would you like to be on camera and taste? Okay, let's do that.
My
So, do
son
I have
Bijan-
permission to put him on social media?
You have permission.
Okay, we'll get our consent right here because I'm
my
photographing a child. So this is Bijan. Bijan, you look right here,
Okay.
and tell everybody how old you are.
12 years old.
12 years old, and you just had a birthday.
Yep.
And you're a vegan kid?
Yep.
You are a vegan kid. Congratulations. And look at you.
Yep. He's almost as tall as me.
I know. Okay, so let's
What's
let
your
him
favorite
taste.
subject, Bijan, in school?
Social studies.
Socials. He wants to be the president. He wants to go into politics. What's your goal as a politician?
To save animals.
Oh, that's awesome, Bijan.
All right, so here you're going to cut a little piece. You might need to eat this with a fork. I don't know if it's going to hold up like a regular pizza roll.
Right. I'm not very good at cutting. I apologize.
But you're very good at cutting out things that need to be removed.
That's true. As a doctor, I do really well.
All right, there we go. So this is, it's got roasted red pepper hummus on it. It's not too spicy. Let's see if you like it. Is it too hot? I don't want you to get burned.
No, it's good.
All right, let's see.
It's gonna get messy, but. Wow. Tastes like
You
regular
want more?
pizza.
Yeah.
Tastes like regular pizza without cheese? Wow, that's great.
Lisa,
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna grab the camera and get you to taste.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this on your plate for you.
All right.
You can use this for it.
Okay, so just don't touch any of the buttons up
All
there.
right. Here's
then-
Lisa
Hang on
Carlin.
1 second.
She has Invisaligns. Is that right? Look
Yeah,
at
there
how
we go. I didn't want to do that on
pretty
camera.
this is. Woohoo!
Hi, everybody. Okay.
I love this woman. You've done so
Oh my
much for
God.
policy change. Tell us about your recent, what you've done in Sacramento.
With social compassion and legislation.org, we have changed a bunch of laws. Governor Newsom, the current governor here in California, signed. We kicked the circuses out of California. We kicked puppy mills out of California. That was actually last year. The sale of exotic skins is now prohibited in the state of California, and trapping of animals is now prohibited. And trapping of animals for fur and then selling the fur out of the country is now illegal. We're working on one of the best things that we did is last year when Governor Brown was the governor, he signed our plant-based options bill. And Angie, I know you're very happy about this because it requires all acute care hospitals, all nursing homes, and all prisons to offer at least one plant-based meal.
Yes, yes.
So how cool is that?
That is so cool. So thank you for doing all
All right,
that.
so now we're going to try this.
We all have a role in this movement. Is it good?
Very good.
I'm
Very
such a good cook, aren't I?
You are
Who
great
would have
cook.
thought?
Okay, Bijan, you're on.
Okay.
Grab a fork and take a taste.
This is how you know I'm a vegan. You find a whole bunch of bananas there. Bijan, what do you eat for breakfast every day?
Fruits.
That's right. He eats a whole bunch of fruits, usually about 2 to 3 different types of fruits. My mom or I cut it up for him, and he eats that. And he gets all kinds of energy
What do
and
you think? Talk
antioxidants.
to the camera.
It's really good.
Oh,
Kids
love
don't
it.
lie. You know?
Bijan loves it spicy. Was that spicy salsa?
Not spicy enough. There's if we put a little more salsa on it, it will be a little spicy.
Salsa?
It's this one here. Here, let me get a spoon.
He loves spicy. I've never seen a kid eat that
Really?
spicy
All right,
before.
I'll
It's
get
so
you
funny.
Okay, try that.
Okay.
Most kids, unfortunately, in America are fed a lot of processed foods, right, Bijan? And meat, and they slow down at school. And my little guy here is thriving. He's doing very well. He's happy, and you know, how is it? What's the school lunches like, Bijan? What do they serve?
Just meat and dairy. There's basically like a salad for vegans.
Good. Isn't it unfortunate that they feed our kids so many bad foods?
It is.
I'm so proud of Bijan. He figured it all out by himself
Yeah.
at age 4.
He did.
He stopped
Okay.
eating.
So now, let's taste the yogurt. Should we do that? Who wants to taste the yogurt?
I'll taste it.
Oh, Right over here, we
Grab a
did.
spoon.
okay.
Oh, and the oatmeal too. Oatmeal too. Go and taste that one. Okay. Here's the almond yogurt with frozen berries.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's really good.
It's really good.
I hear you make good yogurt.
I do. You can make yogurt in an Instant Pot. If you buy the Instant Pot with the yogurt function, it's so easy to do. We should do it on Lunch Break Live. Let's see how Bijan likes it.
Tastes like regular yogurt.
Tastes like regular yogurt, and it's
Yum.
not. How cool is that?
How
All
about
right.
the oatmeal? Bijan, do you like oatmeal? I don't remember.
I think it's okay.
It's okay. Do you want to
Okay.
try it? You might like this one. Let me get you
Okay.
another spoon.
Now this is just the straight. There's no plant-based milk. Do you like milk in your cereal?
No, I don't even eat cereal.
I'm talking about plant-based milk. You don't have
Oh.
dairy milk in this house.
Sometimes. Like like it.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it. It got hard.
And then put it back in here, honey.
Oh.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I like to add a little plant-based milk to it so that it's not quite as sticky.
It's not as sticky.
It's
So
not as
my
sticky.
favorite breakfast in the world is oatmeal with fruit. So that's what I eat almost every single day.
And that's what you tell your patients to eat.
Absolutely, it's so easy. I actually eat overnight oats. So I put some. You want?
No,
you
go
can-
next to your mom.
Oh, so the night before, I take a little bowl or jar and I put oatmeal. Plus, I add soy milk. Soy milk has calcium in it and vitamins, vitamin D. And then I put some chia seeds in it, so it kind of makes it a little thick.
It makes it gel.
I put some flaxseed oil and hemp seeds.
Yes.
And that is my power breakfast.
That's
every morning.
great.
Yeah, and it's so easy to make,
That's
Lisa.
great.
You leave it in there overnight and you wake up to a healthy breakfast.
Yes.
So
All
if you're
right.
suffering from
Any closing comments?
Yes, so a lot of people suffer with serious constipation in this country. I would recommend every morning include some ground flax seeds. Make sure it's ground into your food, in your salad, in your smoothie every day.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Angie Sadeghi.
My pleasure.
I'm going to tag your Instagram. You have a rocking Instagram with great highlights for those of you that are on Instagram. She teaches with her highlights. If you just go through all the highlights on Instagram, it's incredible. Free education. Bijan, what's new for you in 2020?
Well, a good year starting so far, and a new vegan year.
A new vegan year. All right. Well, onward, everybody. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, go vegan. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go
Go vegan!